We're having a go today at fitting this second turbo bypass valve. Now, this is a reduced length bypass pipe, created by Land Rover to cure a problem on the 3-litre TDV6 diesel engines on the Discovery 4 and the Range Rover Sport. In 2013, Land Rover changed from the long pipe to this shorter pipe, and I'll explain what the benefits are. So the basic problem is when you put your foot down, you get a cloud of smoke out the back of your car. And on this TDV6, our Discovery 4, it's got two turbochargers, twin turbochargers, one on one side of the engine, one on the other. Now, one on this side of the engine is the initial one, and that comes in at low revs, and the second one, the secondary turbo, kicks in at a higher revs, 2800 RPM apparently. So what can happen is if you're driving and you're just tootling about, you don't often, unless you're racing around, kick in this second turbo. So oil builds up because the drain pipe drains down all the way into the bottom of the sump. Now in the bottom of the sump there's oil, so the oil is not as free draining because it's got to sort of push the oil out the way, whereas the one they've got a shorter pipe that comes down and it just goes into the side of the block, not right into the bottom, and so there's just air in that area of the sump, so it seems to flow better down into that. So we're going to have a look at getting rid of it because it does make a bit of smoke. So that's why you need it. I've shown you the new pipe. So in the kit, we'll go back over it here. So in the kit you get a shorter pipe. So this is the pipe, it's got like a flanged face there and it goes in there. It's got an O-ring on it and everything, and that's shorter than the other one that we're going to take off. You've got a blanking plug to blank where the longer pipe used to go in, and you've got a gasket there. So there's some part numbers on there for you guys. That's that part number. Oh, here's the other part number on here. I can find it there. And that's the other part number. So yeah, this is a kit done by Land Rover. You'll see these available. Now, one thing it tells you to do first, you know, again, we just read this on forums and everything, but we'll do the video to show people, is under the front corner here, there is covered in mud on my cut. Look at that. You've got the intercooler. Now, the oil builds up in here, so obviously the oil leaks from the turbo because of this drainage problem, and then it builds up in the intercooler. So what they're suggesting, they don't quite explain it, as part of the fix, although it's not a fix, is let's drain the excess oil out so that we can prove the fix works. Otherwise we'll put the fix on, drive it down the road, and all the oil that's built up in here over the last few times we've driven it, we'll think we haven't fixed it. So we're going to drain this, so this should be fun to see what comes out of here. So you got the screwdriver there, or the socket in. So there was a little plastic cover covering this bit. Where's that little plastic cover in? And that was just on popper screws, wasn't it? So it's just on those little poppers. That sits up over there. Okay, so you've got to remove that. It's got some poppers there. Remove that.
It's just two-part expansion.
Yeah, those little sort of ones where you have to pull the middle bit out.
Yeah.
So that's those. So right, get rid of that. And then we're going to have a go. So you can watch with us and see. So we've got our handy washing up bolt.
You're going to make a mess everywhere.
Yeah. Ian's ready. He's taking one for the team today.
I don't know if we're going to...
What are we going to do? Just loosen it, slide it backwards. Isn't sliding backwards, there's a ridge on there. What do you reckon? How much movement is there in anything there? Are you just going to have to
loosen the whole thing off, possibly?
Just to give us room to wiggle it. 10mm socket.
This is an 8 and then a Jubilee clips for a 7.
Alright, so this should show how big a problem we got. I guess if you get nothing out of here, you haven't got a problem. But it depends how fast you've been driving for how long. That long bolt in just to cut that.
This is just a mount for it, so this is just a bypass valve.
What's that bypass thing down here?
This is the valve for telling the second turbo when to open.
Okay.
So I think it goes through here and not through that turbo unless...
But no, that would be the exhaust gases surely dictating whether to spin that up, but maybe not.
I'm not sure. Maybe it goes through here and then just gets vented off.
Is that one the same length for? Yeah, both those bolts he's taken off there are the same. Is that giving you any movement there? Or?
Still pretty solid.
Hour. Yeah.
The last one up there.
And that should loosen that valve then, you reckon? Yeah, so open it by loosening the valve. We'll better push the valve that way, slide this off, and watch the ingot covered in oil.
That's not what we're hoping for.
The viewers are.
I think it was
That's
just...
all my kids watch YouTube for, just to watch someone.
I think it was just
in
those
some pain.
3 bolts. That seems a lot looser.
Lucy, do you want like a little lever to lever in under there? Don't we?
I'm going to try loosening off both of these and just see which one it separates on.
This is a bit boring, but everyone just wants to see the oil spill out. Go on, give it. It's moving. Oh! Did it get you, Ian?
No, we're good. Just got a face full of dirt instead, so watch that one.
Right, yeah, so we are getting some oil out there. We splodged a bit on the floor, but we missed Ian. Right, so we'll get and clean that out, and then we'll get on with the real job of showing you this pipe. So we've just taken off this valve because it was covered in mud on our car, and we've cleaned it up and we're letting that dry. Right, now next thing we've got to do to really get a look at what's happening and to get it off is to remove the starter motor. And to do that safely, we need to disconnect the battery. So we're going to disconnect the negative terminal. So we've got the cover off. Clip the cover off the battery. There you go. We got 10. But we're going to do the negative, is there, isn't it?
Should we do negative?
Yeah.
It's a bit harder to get to.
Everyone writes in if we disconnect the wrong one. We've got room to get that in there. Put something there to stop it touching back on again. I'll jam that. Yeah, jam that in there. That'll stop it touching back on. Yeah, we're happy with that. Okay. Right, then we've got to get underneath and take out the starter motor. Let's have a look what's going on under here. So the starter motor's up here. So that's the next thing. So we'll work out how to get that off and then have a look at that. So Ian's taken the starter motor off. So he used a long extension. There's 2 bolts now. This top bolt is a weird old bolt. It's like a double-ended bolt, and so you need to get a long socket on it to get over that. And you've got to remove there's a little clip on there that holds the breather pipe. So you've got these breather pipes on the starter motor. Our starter motor I don't know what our car's been used for in the past, but it's totally covered in mud. So let's have a little look-see underneath now. So bear with us, because these videos can be hard when you're underneath it. So that the oil pipe we're going to change is this one that goes down, round, up and up there into the bottom of the turbo, and we're going to replace that with and can we see the new drain hole now? So the new hole, can you have a look under here?
Yeah, it's that.
Is it that one at the side there? Yeah, where there's like a bung in it.
Yeah, it's this block up here. You can see that?
Yeah, that's
the one we're going to take out.
Take out, yeah. Where's the new drain going to go into? Have we worked that bit out yet?
Huh?
Where's the new drain going to go into?
That's the one. It goes obviously from the bottom of the turbo into that hole there. So you're literally going directly across there,
okay.
Rather than coming all the way down to here.
Yeah. So we've got all that disconnected. So we'll put that shorter pipe on and have a look how that looks. So we're lying under the Discovery, and you can see there at the top, can you point out, and so at the top you can see the pipe going down from the turbo, so that's the new pipe, and you can see how much shorter it is now, and it comes just virtually directly below it into a new hole in the block. There was a blank on there we've removed and put that new bolt in.
Keep all your bolts, you reuse those, But yeah, the blanking plate can just be binned off once you've got that out.
And then what we got to do is if we go further down, way further down, the pipe comes there, and that when we took the old pipe off, there was a nut there on the side halfway up the pipe supporting it. That was a pain to get out. And then if you look all the way down, I wonder if I can see it. Yeah, there you can see. Hold on, let me have a look. There's the blanking plate there. There's the new blanking plate we've had to fit in. That's it, I got it now. That's the new blanking plate we've had to fit to cover where the pipe used to drain to. So that's it done. We're going to put the starter motor back in, put the valve back on the front, and that's the sort of the turbo oil drain pipe mod done on the TDV6.